Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your June 2025 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic Cross spread as always, and I also pulled the 4 Agreements and Wisdom Oracle card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology items we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Right, we have 7. So 7th house energy for you guys is Gemini, so it actually makes a lot of sense to see this come up because there's going to be plenty of energy going on there. The sun just moved into Gemini. We're going to have a new moon there in a couple days. Mercury's going to be there in a couple days. Jupiter's been there for quite some time, although it's going to be moving out of Gemini around the end of the first week of June. I miss anything? But yeah, as you can see, plenty of energy going on in your 7th house. And 7th house points to partnerships, contracts, relationships. We have Capricorn. So on the flip side, Capricorn is actually pretty quiet right now as far as the zodiac goes. But I do see some Capricorn cards in your spread, so definitely a connection there. But yeah, for you guys, Capricorn is your 2nd house of possessions, self-worth, and finances. And at least, well, in July, there will be a full moon in Capricorn, but that's still a ways away. And we have the sun. So yeah, like I mentioned, we currently have the sun in Gemini, and around the 20th of June, it's going to move into Cancer. So moving from your 7th house of partnerships, contracts, relationships into your 8th house of death, rebirth, intimacy, and investments. So we'll keep all that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the 10 of Pentacles, Virgo energy, and challenging that, the Knight of Pentacles, also Virgo energy. So for you guys, Virgo is a career house. So to see this here, the way I see these two energies playing off of each other is to say that you're close to a level of financial stability that you've been striving for, but I feel like this is saying ultimately it's just coming a little bit slower than you would have liked, right? So for some of you might see already quite a bit of tangible proof that you're on that road. For others of you, this could be something that hasn't even come through yet, right? But either way, when it does, it's going to be the path to getting you there. So I feel like this is saying it's one of those things where certainly something you've been striving for, you're not quite there yet. And it just feels like getting tangible proof that you're on your way might be a little slower than you'd like, but I feel like you're going to see at least some shift in that this month. All right, in the foundation position, we have the 4 of Wands. So this is actually an Aries energy here, and this is definitely a bright, optimistic energy, as we can see from the artwork. It's very vibrant, expansive. It actually gives off a bit of a Jupiter energy, which is your ruler. But yeah, so I feel like this is saying that's really what's at play there. So the way, looking at this in comparison with these two cards, I feel like this is saying that ultimately it just might be, you might feel like you're a little further behind than you actually are in the reality. In the past position, we have the 2 of Cups. So yeah, to me this says you might have had a meeting of the minds with someone in the past. For some of you, this could have been a work collaboration, but of course, for others of you, might have been more of a romantic thing. But either way, looks like you had a meeting of the minds with someone in the past. In the present position, we have the 7 of Cups. So yeah, looks like in the present, you might not be seeing the situation clearly, right? So again, that seems to emphasize what I was seeing with the juxtaposition of these energies here, which is to say that I feel like things are actually better than you think they are right now, but you're just not necessarily seeing that at this time. Right, in the near future position, we have the 4 of Pentacles. So yeah, more likely because you're not necessarily seeing things too clearly at this time, it might cause you to close off a little bit more this month. At least a little bit later on this month, you might start to do so. Now, I do have to say there will be a full moon in your sign, so I feel like in that regard, that could actually help clear up some of the confusion for you, but you might at least feel for the first half of June until you get past that energy, you might feel like things are a little bit more restricted. All right, in the position of your influence in a situation, we have the Seven of Wands. So yeah, so maybe for some of you that could be partially why you're feeling that way, right? You might feel like even if you do have a certain level of success, you just might feel like everyone wants a piece of you, right? So you're like, okay, well, yeah, I can hold my own, right? I've reached a level of success, but I can't be everything to everyone, right? So you might just be feeling a little bit overwhelmed in that regard. Some of that could have been due to having Jupiter moving through your seventh house of partnerships. So, people like to romanticize it and think to themselves, oh, I'm going to find the love of my life during this transit. But no, that could also mean that you just have a lot of people demanding a lot of your energy and time. And you might start to feel that lift a little bit as Jupiter moves into Cancer. In the environment position, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, so to me, this is an indicator that says that even if you're not necessarily feeling like you're seeing in your reality a reflection of the work that you've been putting in, I feel like you're going to at least receive some word that you are on the right track this month. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Four of Swords. So yeah, so I feel like this is saying that for a lot of you might realize that you are, more or less mentally overwhelming yourselves, and you might just want that break, right? To just take a step back, to have your own little quiet privacy. So there's maybe a part of you that does know that, yeah, you know what, I do need a bit of a reset here. But you could just have so many things going on that you might find it hard to find a way to pull yourselves away at this time. Right, and in the outcome position, we have the Three of Pentacles. So Capricorn energy here. So yeah, so to me, ultimately, this says that eventually you will actually find that the key to actually clearing up some of this energy for you guys would be to collaborate, right? So like I said, this could be an energy of overwhelm, right? So maybe this is ultimately coming to the realization that, okay, you know what, maybe I need to partner up. And that might even take you back to that Two of Cups energy, where you might have realized, you know what, in the past when I did partner up with someone who I saw eye to eye with, things felt a lot lighter, right? Things seemed to flow a little bit more. Then you might have taken on more of a independent individual course for a while, and while it might have served you for a while, now it seems like you're more open to the energy of collaborating. And if that's the case, even if it doesn't happen this month, given that we're going to have that full moon in Capricorn next month, like I said, and given that we have the Capricorn energy in your dice that came out as well, yeah, could just be saying at the very least you'll be laying that groundwork to do so for July. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor. So yeah, so for some of you, this could just be pointing to your energy, even though it's the Major Arcana card varies, which like I said, maybe you guys were just, you went through a cycle where you're a little bit too insistent on doing things on your own, and now you just might be releasing that somewhat and getting into more of a collaborative energy as we move closer to July. All right, from the Four Agreements deck, we have Always Do Your Best, and it says Don't Overdo. So yeah, this already seems to align with what we were just saying there, but it says always do your best, but don't overdo. When you overdo, you deplete your body and go against yourself, and it will take you longer to accomplish your goal. So yeah, so for some of you actually, not to assign blame here in any way, but that Knight of Pentacles in the challenge position could just be saying that, yeah, because you've been doing things that way, overdoing, right, then you've actually, in a way, you've been causing things to slow down for yourselves. So it could actually be saying the Knight of Pentacles in that regard might be representing your energy, where you've been slowing down the growth and abundance around a certain situation. Again, like I said, not to assign blame. Seems like it served its purpose for a while, but now you come into the realization you like to move on from that. All right, and from the Wisdom Oracle, we have No Place Like Home. There's the artwork, and the number is 50. Let's see what this has to say. All right, essential meanings says authenticity, coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. The Oracle's message. Home feels safe and secure. It is a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and you can call yours. This card signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity, aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. You know who you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here in the house of your spirit and spirit. So yeah, definitely a positive message there. And yeah, like I said, it could just be one of those things where you just might have been feeling overwhelmed for a while, and now it seems like the energy is going to lighten up a little bit in that regard. All right. The relationship message says lovers, friends, and companion animals are at home in your life right now. You are in sync and full of love, and you can be secure in the knowledge that it is reciprocated. Relationships elicit a sense of emotional safety, comfort, and the best aspects of familiarity now. Be home in this relationship. Together you add to the love of the world. So yeah, definitely a positive message there, especially for those of you where if this Two of Cups energy in the past was a romantic connection, and just that maybe you've just been so wrapped up in more of a career-related thing that maybe you haven't been spending as much time together. If that's the case, hopefully that resonated. And the prosperity message says when you act in an authentic way, you command the world to reflect back to you exactly what is in your highest good. Your business choices and investments you make, and the creative projects you immerse yourself in are powerfully on point. Why? Because when you are fully yourself, radically accepting everything in your journey to date, both successes and failures, you will see the divinity in all things. Abundance is a natural progression when you experience this kind of authenticity. So yeah, definitely a positive message there as well. So hoping that resonates with you guys. We're up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.